It's Jay. Welcome to Mvskoke Radio, your weekly source for tribal and community news, interesting guests and discussions, plus a local events calendar.
And we're expected to get Gary Fife on the line. He's broadcasting live from the Claude Cox Omniplex out north of town for the beginning big day of the festival. Gary, if you've got that phone on mute, might want to take that button off. Not sure what the problem is. We're trying to get a hold of Gary Fife. There we go.
Okay, there we are.
Yeah, now you're on there.
Okay.
Thank you, Brooksy.
You betcha.
Oh, all this new technology just...
I know. We've got you inundated with it out there. You're surrounded with, like in a cockpit.
Oh, it feels like it.
But you are on the air now.
Okay, all right, we're off and running here. The festival's underway. We're seeing people pulling in, seeing the first loads of kids come in, and a bus from the Tulsa Public Schools with a lot of faces from awestruck children coming in.
Oh, it's looking amazing already, and like you said just a second ago, the weather is beautiful. You couldn't ask for anything better right now. I'm just awestruck right now. I was expecting 95, 98 right now, to be honest. A scorcher or just sweat dripping off our foreheads right now. So, but, this is great. And honestly, I just want to give, I haven't got to tell Brooks Brewer this, and I know he can hear us. So I want to give him a congratulations on last weekend, him going to FM. 106.3 now. So, Brooks Brewer, congratulations on that. Very happy for you.
Thank you, Darren.
Congratulations again.
Appreciate that very much. We're real excited about it. And now
we wanted to do that, and I guess that was during the Pecan Festival,
yes.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So,
and he's off and running. I heard it up in Tulsa the other day.
Glenpool, yeah.
Hey, Gary, if you can turn your microphone up.
That FM signal in there.
If you can hear me.
We can reach a little further, a little clearer. Sounds good.
And a more broad audience, exactly. You're 100% right, Gary.
Okay, now we have a 2-hour special here today. We'll be out here until 12, broadcasting from the festival grounds. And we'll have to be making up stuff to fill in the holes, I'm sure.
I think we'll be okay. I think we should be able to handle this. I know we've been getting prepared for this for a while now, but we should be fine.
Right. We've got a lot of folks connected with the festival who will be jumping in, and we'll be talking to those vendors, festival goers, and we'll get a special report from the Junior Olympics from Liz Gray a little later this morning. So she's standing by, we hope. But we've got about a lot of different things ready to place. But first we're going to take a real short break and make a change here. And then we will be bringing our Principal Chief, Mr. James Floyd. So please stay with us as here on Mvskoke Radio.
Who am I? Am I Indian? Just 'cause I'm a girl from the res, don't make things up about me. What if I move away? Then who am I? Some kids try meth just to escape. But then I think about my grandma, my little brother, my beadwork, my poetry, and I think, I like who I am, and I know meth is not for me.
Check out ncai.org, a message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America and the National Congress of American Indians.
Hear that? That's the sound of Hope being killed by meth. Methamphetamine use is causing huge problems in our community. Hear that? That's the sound of something you can do about it. Events like rodeo, res ball, and family time can help keep kids away from meth.
Talk to your kids. Keep our culture alive. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America and the National Congress of American Indians.
Learn more at ncai.org.
And we must be having some kind of technical difficulty. Gary Fife broadcasting live from the Mvskoke Creek Nation Festival north of town. Gary, not hearing anything out there. Not sure if you're ready to go. If you're having any issues, obviously having something going on out there. So we'll get that figured out here momentarily. Well, again, I mentioned having a 2-hour show today from 10 to noon. And the broadcasting live right out there at the entrance to the festival grounds, the Claude Cox Omniplex. All kind of stuff going on out there. Gary, can you hear me? We're not hearing you. Not sure if we've gotten disconnected. Maybe need to reconnect the phone line or unmute the mute button. There's no telling. There's lots of buttons to push, that's for sure. And I've just dumped it on Gary's lap, and I'm back at the studio. And so we'll get this going here momentarily. We don't want to throw the outro in just yet. We'll wait till noon to do that one. So, Gary, can you hear me? Hello. Got nobody. We'll get him on the line here momentarily. We'll give him a phone call. We'll be right back. Stay with us here.
I started doing it when I was 11. I wanted to be just like my big brother. And some of my friends were already doing it. We got hooked fast. I just can't get enough. I'm Jacob, and I'm addicted to playing the drums.
There's lots of stuff that makes it cool to be native. Doing meth isn't one of them. Find something better to do. Check out ncai.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America and the National Congress of American Indians.
Who am I? Am I native? I don't want people assuming things because I'm Indian. I just want to be me. But how do I live in two worlds? Some guys just check out by doing meth. But that ain't for me. Because I see my family, my friends, my drum making, my future. There are a lot of cool things about being who I am. And meth isn't one of them.
Learn more at ncai.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America and the National Congress of American Indians.
I started doing it when I was 11. I wanted to be just like my big brother. And some of my friends were already doing it. We got hooked fast. I just can't get enough. I'm Jacob, and I'm addicted to playing the drums.
There's lots of stuff that makes it cool to be native. Doing meth isn't one of them. Find something better to do. Check out ncai.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America and the National Congress of American Indians.
Okay, we've punched enough buttons here, gone crazy here. Nothing like a live broadcast. We finally, I guess, with some technical assistance from the legendary Brooks Brewer, we are now back in business. So welcome, Chief Lloyd. We appreciate you stopping by and saying hello.
Well, good morning, everyone, and especially to Brooks. And I promise, Brooks, I didn't push any buttons, so I can't take any credit for that disruption there. But it's good to be out here this morning.
Yeah, we want to make sure we keep a good relationship with you.
Want to make sure that FN station has a good reputation.
Right. Now, this is your, second, third festival?
Yes.
As head of our nation, is it getting easier for you? I know you get called to do a lot of different things. But,
it's each one has a different personality to it, and this one seems to be more people already than last year. And I know last night at the Stomp Dance and Feed, they fed over 500 people, and I think it's a little bit more than last year. And so just in the feel of it, everybody felt comfortable. They were having a good time. So, I hope that spirit continues to the rest of the festival, and I think it will be good.
Oh, yeah, I think so. We've got, the opening setup still going on. There's still cars coming in and things that are...
That's a fact. Ain't holding nothing back now. Shake it down now. Shake it down now. Shake it down now.
Right, it's good to see, I'm just sitting here in the last few minutes, 2 school buses of kids from Tulsa. So they're probably ready for the ride to begin.
Mm-hmm.
And but just looking around this morning as they set up for the booths, the vendor booths, things seem to be going well. Some great things that they've got on display for sale. So if people are out listening and haven't decided if they're going to come out yet, come on out. Food, crafts, art, you name it, and they've got it out here. So it's well worth your time to come out, and I think you'll be blown away by some of the quality of the things we've seen already.
Right. The vendors are still busily setting up. Now, those are the ones you have to pay for, but the rest of the festival is...
Right. Everything's free. Except the food, and if you buy any of the arts and crafts. But everything else, tonight we've got music lined up, and that should be a big draw. And so we're excited about that. And, of course, we've got, I think the new addition this year is the National Weather Service has set up a kind of a mini station out here. So we will have up to the minute weather, and we have lightning monitors. If there's any lightning within a certain mile radius, that we have a plan to deal with that. So, I want to thank all the volunteers because it takes over 1,000 people to put this on, and so big shout out to them. And I know they were busy last night, and they'll be busy through Sunday. But that's really what makes it all happen. And a lot of them have done the same job for several years, and so they know how to do it. And so experienced hands out here really going to help.
Well, as I look around, I see primarily brown faces of our own citizens and other Native people, but that's not everyone. We're seeing a small mix of the rest of Okmulgee and the surrounding area, plus the school buses from Tulsa. So I guess this is a pretty important step for connecting with our surrounding community.
Right, and as well as national events. We met a couple, Sahetke family from Chicago, drove down 12 hours to be here last night for the dance. A group from Sayre, which is right on the border of Panhandle out there, and Sacramento. So there are people coming from different states to be here, and they want to be here, and they want to see us, and they want to have fun. So that's great.
So you were at the Stomp Dance last night?
Yes, sir.
How'd it go?
It went well. It's you work up a sweat, but you have a great time, and a lot of participation. So it was a lot of fun.
To get those elbows flying.
For a little bit, yes, sir.
Now the rest of the festivities are kicking off now, and we're going to move along here with our schedule. We've got a very ambitious schedule. So let me ask you real quick if you would change your headset over to our second chief, Mr. Hicks.
Be glad to. We've been together this morning since about 7 o'clock with the Junior Olympics and Senior Olympics, so we've had a busy morning already.
All right. Well, great.
Turn it over to the capable hands of Lewis Hicks here, second chief.
All right. Looks like we're doing the color commentary on the sportscast station. How you doing, Second Chief Hicks?
Good morning. Good morning.
What do you think? Pretty good time here. Is it showing you some good stuff?
Yes, sir. It is. It's really busy.
Okay. Well, that's pretty amazing. The position you're in as Second Chief is, of course, to take over in case something happens to Mr. Floyd, and you'll be leading our nation. What does your office play a real part or a big part in what goes on here, like today?
Oh, it's kind of secondhand. Chief takes the biggest part of it, and I just follow up with the rest of it.
Yeah. Okay, I understand you've got an open house lined up, right?
Right. We just welcome everybody. Just welcome everybody.
So you'll be there, and if somebody wants to chat with you for a little bit, or ask a question, or a gripe, hopefully you don't get too much.
Right.
What do you think this festival means to this community? I asked Mr. Floyd the same question, but what's your opinion here?
Well, I think it's a good thing for the community. We take a lot of kids and a lot of not just kids, it's everybody. Give them a good time, have a good time, and just I don't know. It's just a good time for everybody.
Well, it seems like it's probably one of the high points of the year for Okmulgee, but it's a chance for Mvskoke Creek Nation to invite our neighbors in, kind of have a good time, as you say, and I get to know them a little bit and saying, well, we share the same space you guys did.
Right. And, we come in after the festival at Okmulgee, and hopefully we can join their group, and they can join ours, and we can all get together and have a good time.
Okay. Well, great. Well, Second Chief, we don't want to hold you up too long. I know you got other meets and greets here this morning. Get a chance to play and eat fry bread?
Yes, sir. I will. And not just fry bread, but all the other stuff, too.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready for some sausage.
There you go.
Okay. Well, thank you very much,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now, I understand we've got our roving reporter Liz Gray is on the phone line now, I believe, if we can connect with her. Okay. All right, Liz, are you there?
Yeah, Gary, can you hear me?
Okay. Well,
You know what, Gary? Gary may not be able to hear you, actually. Let me see if we can push this button here. Gary, can you hear Liz?
It's been one of those mornings.
Hello?
It has really been one of those mornings.
And we're saying, oh, boy, we're going to get to do this for 2 hours.
I know.
What are we going to do to fill it? All right, and Mr. Brewer's on the line down there.
I am on the line. Gary, can you hear me?
Need to get a word from Liz.
He cannot hear me. All right, Liz, hang in there. We'll get this figured out. I've got a plan. I just got to get Gary where he can hear me real quick.
All right, okay.
I'll call him on his telephone. This is live radio at its best.
Yeah,
what this is.
If you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're hearing the rumblings and the rumblings of the background, everything's going with the festival. Everything's being set up. Going or the fun fair. The softball will be starting tonight. The art fair is going to the right of us, and also we got vendors going. I know there's going to be Indian tacos going on. I'm actually looking forward to that.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure there's going to be other things on the menu as well. I just have Indian tacos on the brain right now. So like I said, it's just there's numerous things on the menu. And I'm pretty sure that Chief Floyd and Gary were all talking about what's going to be here at the Creek Nation Festival. So please come on down here, come visit us and see what's going to be going on. And you're not going to leave here unsatisfied. And also also I'm being told to just wait a little bit here.
Hang on, yeah, as our radio experiment goes on. Liz, are you there?
Yeah, Gary, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got a kind of a jury-rigged system here going, but won't surprise me here for Mvskoke Radio. Now, you are down at the Junior Olympics, right?
Right, yeah, I'm down here at Harmon Stadium watching the kids do their heats right now. They just finished up, I think, football throw. They're doing the softball throw right now and long jump.
Okay, what kind of crowd do you have?
It's pretty good. It's a really decent crowd, just like everyone hanging out under their tents with their teams and, watching their kids run and cheering them on as much as they can. And, it's actually quite a big turnout. The weather's really nice. It's not too hot. There's a little breeze, so it's not miserable.
Okay, good. What sports are up and running at the moment?
Well, I do, like I said, they're doing just like the 100-meter dashes. They have all the kids kind of like piled up at the end of the track, and they have them lining up for their heats and stuff. And they also have the long jump, like I said, kicking up sands, and they also have their measuring tapes out for the softball throw for the kids.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any competitors there today?
I do not. I don't have any competitors with me right now or anywhere. They're all warming up, getting ready to try to win some races.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, we'll let you get on with your day. I know you've got a lot planned, so give us a call if something weird happens down there, and we'll try and get it on the air.
All right.
All right, Meadow.
Thank you, Liz. Well, I think next we're going to have is Mayor Baldridge on the City of Milwaukee Mayor. He'll be on talking to Gary, so I'm going to go ahead and switch the mic out again with Mayor Baldridge, and we're going to go ahead and have him over here. And so give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get that going.
Okay, we are, as I say, making it up as we go almost, but we do have a schedule and trying a brand new technological experiment here, so we hope things will go a little smoother here for us. First of all, Mayor Baldridge, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate you making time to join us today.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. It's exciting. The Mvskoke Creek Festival is always a great time in the summer, and this is the 44th year.
Right, and we've got our weather cooperating wonderfully here. It's cloudy and low temperatures, low humidity, low breeze here. It's perfect. I mean, you couldn't ask for more.
Definitely.
Now, you're the community of Okmulgee just came off the Pecan Fest, which is a pretty big deal for you guys, right?
Yes. You know, this was our third year having the Pecan Festival, and, you know, for a while we retired it, and, you know, it was a nice event. It's great for the community to get out. Kind of reminds me of when I was growing up and we had the powwow.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, and I think us older Okmulgeans think about the powwow and the great memories that we had.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's the neat thing about festivals. It brings out the community. It helps bind us, and it highlights the things that we value in our community. And so we had music and food and carnival rides and arts and crafts and barbecue contest, and I think that was one of my highlights. I ended up being a judge this year.
Oh, you got it. So I suppose you got the sample of it.
Yes, I didn't. I don't think I had barbecue for a week after that, but it was good. It was a good time for Okmulgee, and you know, June and the 1st of July we have our 4th of July extravaganza on the 4th, and that's a big event for us as well. But June is a packed month, the Pecan Festival, the Mvskoke Creek Festival, and then our 4th of July event.
Well, let me ask you about the one here today and this weekend. It's probably one of the bigger events in Okmulgee.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's awesome. You know, the Creek Festival brings so many people back to Okmulgee, and thousands of people come to Okmulgee, and we're excited about it.
The lineup is just designed to draw a huge crowd. With,
yes.
You know, with performers tonight coming on that a lot of people really enjoy, and then tomorrow night is also, hopefully with the weather cooperating though. But do you hear any comments from your neighbors or folks down there about this particular event?
Well, I just remind people that, you know, this is an awesome event for Okmulgee, and we don't have to go far to hear great music and entertainment. And, you know, the carnival rides are free. You know, it's awesome. To me, this is a great event for Okmulgeans and anybody in this area.
Mm-hmm. Well, you've got Winona Judd coming in this evening, and I understand she puts on a heck of a show.
Yes.
And I have a feeling it probably will outdraw the Saturday crowd. Now, how does Okmulgee prepare for an event like that? I'm pretty sure you cooperated with the tribe.
Yes. Our law enforcement, our chief of police will meet with Light Horse Chief, and they'll collaborate on what they're going to do as far as traffic control. And then also, you know, we have the Highway Patrol involved, and Sheriff Department, and emergency services. And so, you know, we're on high alert, and we, you know, since this is our 44th year, we know what to do and how to prepare for it. And you know, this festival though is really, other than traffic, there's really not much effect as far as, I mean, we have a lot of people here, a lot of people coming to town, staying in our hotels, and you know, buying food and going to our restaurants, and that's a great thing for Okmulgee.
No, you've got the parade tomorrow, which transforms downtown Okmulgee into this big lane, this big aisle of human faces. I marched in it a couple of years in a Star Wars group, and just amazed to see all the people who turn out.
Yes.
So that, of course, the kids are there for the candy.
Yeah, definitely.
But the town seems to really relax, have a good time, mix it up pretty well, and then it just kind of bleeds over into tomorrow's events and things like this. Now, when you look at your year-long activities and maybe planning for your budget, I don't know, how does this weekend figure into what you guys are looking forward to?
Well, we've been a proud sponsor of the Creek Festival, because we partner with Creek Nation in many things, and we're honored to have the nation, and we're here in the nation, and so it is a big event, so we do think about it and we plan for it, but it has a financial impact on Okmulgee, and it's a positive. And so we appreciate what Chief Floyd's done and the festival committee, and it seems like every year it's better and better.
Right.
And I've been coming to this for many, many years. Saw a lot of top acts that
right
here in Okmulgee
for free.
For free.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, we've got a couple things lined up here that we need to get to. So you got a parting word for our listeners?
Well, if you haven't been out, you need to come out to the Creek Festival and enjoy it. Bring your kids, your family, and the rodeo. And then we're going to have the parade tomorrow. Downtown Okmulgee starts at 10 a.m. So come on out, enjoy it, and be involved. It's a great time in Okmulgee.
Right. And if you're here by 12, come by and say hi.
Definitely.
Well, thank you very much, sir. We appreciate your time, and I wish you well with everything. And if there's anything we can do, please let me know.
Thank you. Nice being here.
All right. Pleasure. All right. Now we're going to continue with our ambitious schedule. Now we're going to get a kind of a review of the festival lineup from Kyle Lee, who heads up tourism and recreation. He's the one that's been dealing with the headaches here for several months now. Good morning.
Good morning.
How beautiful day. Great way to start.
Yeah, we couldn't ask for better weather today. Hopefully it stays that way.
The festival kicked off last night with the stomp dance, which is kind of anchors us in Muskogee tradition. So how did that go last night?
It was great. I mean, it was perfect weather. It was nice little breeze outside and good food and a big crowd. So off to a good start yesterday, and I think it'll continue all weekend.
All right. Now, we were kind of teasingly saying you've been at it for a couple months, but actually you've been planning this event for a lot longer, right? So how long does it take? Is it a year-round plan or what?
Yeah, it's a big focus for the year. Most of the planning is about 6 months worth. So really once kind of the holidays get over with, we've shifted into festival mode, and this is my first year, so I'm learning as I go, and so far so good. We're excited about the entertainment we got lined up for this year.
Really, yeah, good job there.
Yeah, I think we were able to get a good mix of country and rock, and heard nothing but good things so far. So expecting some good shows tonight.
Well, Winona is the headliner this evening. Is her crew here? Are they setting up?
Yeah, I believe they got here just a little bit ago. So they're going to be here for the rest of the day working on the setup. We've got their green rooms and all their requested items all ready to go, and so I think she's going to draw probably the biggest crowd of the weekend. I've heard the most excitement for her, and we didn't know if we'd be able to get her because that's such a big name, and we were fortunate to pull that off.
So your budget managed to include her. Well, I've heard some. I think we've all heard stories about the riders list that performers give you of the things that they want. Was there anything special or unusual from Winona and her crew?
Not really. It was pretty simple, actually. I think they've been doing it for so long, and just basically, I think she had some maybe different kinds of, I think especially like protein bars or something like that, but nothing too out of hand. Some coffee, different kind of flavors like that. But no, I mean, she was simple. You never know what you're going to get in the riders. And here sometimes they throw in those tricky things just to see how close attention you're paying, and if you can get that right, they know you're going to get everything else right.
Like a bowl of M&Ms with all the green ones.
Yeah. They want to make sure you're paying attention to what they're putting down.
Right. Now, we've got wonderful weather here today, and it looks like we're pretty good until this evening. Things may get a little tricky.
Yeah, I think we're going to be okay today. It's looking like if it comes in, it won't be until really late tonight, around maybe 10 or 11 when the show's over with. So,
Oh, good.
and maybe that'll change too. So, fingers crossed, and let's just hope for a nice, cool day.
Well, I understand, unless the weather's really, really severe and nasty, that you intend to go ahead with the program.
Yeah, as much as we can. We've got basically our own meteorologist watching for us today, and working with emergency management, and they're doing right now is watching for us and keeping us apprised of the situation, and so we're watching as closely as we can, and we will. We just want to keep everyone safe, and so we'll make the best decision as it comes up.
All right. The festival seems to, let's say, change its form each year and move to deal with new problems and new surprises or new advantages or productions or something. Is there anything in particular new about this year's event that you want to share?
A couple of things for this year. It's already happened. One is we had the Scholars Forum yesterday, and that was in the morning, and it was great to see the talent that we have here within our citizens, and just showcasing what our higher education students are doing. And then I guess another big change for this year is our parking structure. So I think this year is going to be a little bit more organized, and we'll have more spots available.
Okay. Lastly, let's look at that particular topic. Now, in past years, people have just kind of done it on their own.
Yeah.
Is the kindest way I could say that. And they used to pull into this field that's just across from the Onyx grounds. Now, that will not be the case this year, is it?
We're hoping not. It will be our, let's call it Plan C at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But we think we have enough parking otherwise to accommodate everyone. But, if we fill up and we need it, we've got it ready. But right now we've got it blocked off and hope to not have to use it, because it can become such of a, I guess, potential disaster over there. People kind of parking wherever. I've heard horror stories, and so we want to make sure that people enjoy the festival as much as they can. We don't want to make trying to leave a hassle.
Right.
So we've got parking staff in place, ready to manage everyone coming in and out, and we'll use it if we need to, but that's going to be our last resort.
Okay, Kyle Lee, with Tourism and Rec, thanks for stopping in and kind of giving us a feel for what we got this year. Appreciate it. And you guys, my hat's off to you and your crew, man. You pulled it off again. It just looks so good.
Well, thanks so much for having me, and we're looking forward to a good weekend. Hopefully everyone comes out and enjoys the entertainment and the fun, and hopefully the nice weather.
Okay, well, thank you, Kyle
Thank
Lee.
you.
Now we're going to do some shifts here on the headsets and put our partner in crime, Mr. Darren DeLong.
That was Gary Fife and Kyle Lee, Tourism and Recreation Manager. Like I said, I'm going to give Gary a little break. He's been talking for a little while. And without much oxygen, it can get to him. He is up there in age, so that tires him out. So without further ado, I am talking with our Mvskoke Creek Nation Emergency Management Manager, James Nichols. How are you doing today, James?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Great friend of mine right here. First of all, I want to wish him congratulations. This guy just recently participated in a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament, and he said he wants to do better, but from what I saw, he did pretty darn good from what I've seen, and so congratulations on that. I hope many more tournaments in the future.
Thank you. Thank you.
James, for this festival so far, the weather is amazing. It is really, really good, and that's really, really weird. So can you please, and so, we usually talk about heat exhaustion, heat illnesses, dehydration, and, that still can't play in the picture. So, being that you're watching the weather constantly, you're constantly keeping an eye out for everything. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on with the weather for this weekend, and also the warnings that can come with this weather that's going on right now?
You bet. I know that some of the previous speakers have talked a little bit about the weather, but our emergency management department, we take that seriously because we have so many people out here throughout the weekend that even just a little storm can cause a lot of problems for everybody. So one of the things that we did a little bit different this year is the National Weather Service in Tulsa has actually assigned us a meteorologist just for the Creek Nation Festival. So we're in constant contact with the National Weather Service. They they're briefing us twice a day, and then our meteorologist that is sitting in Tulsa is actually, if they see a potential, they're on the phone with us and they're talking us through everything. So our last briefing that we received last night, it shows that we've got a really good possibility of storms overnight. If we keep our fingers crossed, I think that we're going to be able to get through the day. We're going to get our entertainment done, and then we'll start seeing some storms develop. So overnight, or today is Friday, we ought to be really, really good. Still got that potential, but I think sometime after midnight up until about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, we'll see some storms. So everybody that's coming out to run the 5K race, you might want to make sure that you're ready to get wet, because we might see a little bit of rain, but already in contact with the race coordinators, and we're going to make sure that everybody's safe. If there's lightning in the area, we're going to just kind of delay a little bit, I think, until we get the all clear. But I'm ready to run. My wife and I, this will be, I think my first festival 5K was in 2013. So we're on our 5th year of running, and they do a great job with that. So tomorrow's weather, though, depending on where the boundaries sets up, we could see some rain while we're open and going. So we're just going to keep an eye on it. We've got our measures in place of how to notify people, get people to a safe place if we've got, lightning or strong winds. A little bit of rain, hey, that would be great.
Yeah, we're all looking forward to that. It helps with that mist, though, the cooling mist that you have.
Absolutely. And, that's one thing that we'll do again this year. We'll have our misting station set up just right inside the front gate, so anybody can come by, and it takes about 20, 30 degrees off of what the temperature is outside. As everybody walks in the front gate, they'll see a large tent that is just right inside the front gate, and I just walked out of there before I came over here. It's 71 degrees in there. We've got 2 big air conditioners that are running the thing. So that's our cooling station and our first aid station. Anybody can come in and take advantage of that. Everybody will see the big command post that's setting up front. That is where all of the emergency operations are running out of, from emergency management to light horse to EMS. That's going to be kind of the hub of making sure that everybody that's coming to enjoy the festival is safe.
Certain situations, it happens every year. I mean, we try to, it tries to be avoided, but sometimes it just can't be. There's sometimes when children just get, they get separated from their parents, throughout the festival. And y'all do y'all things to prevent it, is that going, and last year y'all did things with bracelets. Yep. Y'all did bracelets, y'all kind of like put like an ID tag, something like that with it. Is that going to be done again this year as well?
Absolutely. We started that 2 years ago. Didn't know what to really expect. We had 1,000 bracelets and we ran out. Last year we did it again, and I think we had 2,500 bracelets and we ran out. So I've bought 4,000 bracelets for this year, and between our Light Horse Explorers, we've got actually some of the Okmulgee County Boy Scouts coming in to help us, and some of the police officers. As they come in the front gate, if you have a child, make sure that you put a wristband on them. They're going to get some information as far as a phone number, the child's name, the parent or guardian's name, and then that way if they do get separated, because, we're talking an influx of 20,000, 30,000 people on both days, and it's really easy to have a child separated, and they're going to come to us. They're going to find a police officer. They're going to find some of our emergency management volunteers, and we've got a building up in the front, right inside the front gate, that will keep them. Those wristbands, we can take the information. We can call the parent or guardian and get them reunited. And, 4 years ago, I think our total number for the 2 days was 186 lost kids. Mm-hmm. Last year we got it down to 86 because we're making it more of a priority to make sure that everybody keeps up with their children.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's better to try and find an officer to be able to help you locate your child. And then to go looking for yourself. it doesn't make you irresponsible. Matter of fact, it makes you more responsible to be able to do that.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, it just happens when you get such a small area with not many people. If your child lets go of your hand, or they stop to look at the snow cone machine or the rides, and you keep walking, and then you turn around and you got 100 people in between you, it can happen. And so, you know, come find an officer, come find somebody that's in an emergency management vest or that has a uniform on, and we've got those things in place. I can tell you, this is my 13th festival, and we've never not found or reunited a child back with their parents. As a matter of fact, we've even had lost adults.
Yes.
So, you know, it's just make sure that you keep up with them. But if for some reason you don't, come find one of us. We'll have close to 40 volunteers out here just to do that, and they comb through the area, know what your kid's wearing. You know, if it's a red shirt and black shorts, no shoes, great. Just let us know that so that we're looking, and we'll get you reunited back with them.
You know, past the festivals and with I think I've barely seen weather like this. But with the weather like that we have today, is it still, you know, do you still want our patrons out here at the festival? Do you still want them drinking the water, staying hydrated? You know, if staying cool whenever they need it. I mean, can they still get the dehydration? With the weather being in the the 70s and the low 80s, you know, is that situation still possible?
Absolutely. We live in Oklahoma, so our high temperature today is supposed to be 92. Heat index is going to be right around 92, 94. So that means that the humidity is going to be up. Just walking from one place to the other, if you're not drinking enough, you're going to get dehydrated. It's just the way Oklahoma weather is. It's going to take it out of you. So make sure that you find our vendors, that you patronize them, buy them water, Gatorade. Wife and I had a good snow cone last night, so that's behind the, I don't know who owns it, but it's behind the bathrooms. Those are really, really good. So just something to keep yourself cool. And, just because we have cloud cover today and a little bit of wind, it makes us feel good. Doesn't mean that those sun rays don't break through those clouds. And even if you're dark-skinned, it's still, that sun will get you. So which that takes the moisture out of your body as well.
I noticed whenever you said snow cone, everybody perked up around here. It's like, that was hilarious. I just saw everybody turning towards your attention, was trying to find out the snow cone after that. One more time, James, before I have to let you go, give us a little, maybe like a little forecast again. I know you said you got a weatherman here on location at the festival, but could you just give us a little rundown again?
You bet. The way it looks right now is after 8 o'clock, we have about a 60% chance of storms into tomorrow morning, and then later tomorrow afternoon they're talking about 70% chance. So just stay weather aware. Just if you see something in the sky, and listen. Right up, and one thing that I'd like to mention is right up by the gift shop and the bathrooms. One of the things that we did this year is we put a LED sign up. We're going to be able to broadcast if a child's lost, and we'll also be able to broadcast, take cover, evacuate, whatever we need to do, weather coming. So that sign will be able to be seen from a long ways away. So just come out and enjoy the festival. And if you guys see any of the Light Horse volunteers, emergency management volunteers, tell them thank you, because they're taking their time out here to make you guys safe. And I know that they would appreciate just a pat on the back or a thank you as you walk by.
One more thing, man, I can't, before I let you go, I know I said I was going to let you go earlier, but, a situation like that, if they do see lightning, they won't shut down the festival. They might delay the festival, just make sure it passes and everything like that. I know a lot of people are worried about that, of a shutdown or anything, but it'll just be delayed, or...
We're just we'll just delay it between ourselves and Chief Floyd, the different event coordinators. We'll all get together, and we're supposed to know lightning-wise, 15 miles out, and then it'll also notify us when it's about 8 miles out. So, if we need to tell people to take shelter, go to your vehicles out in the parking lot. The dome will be open. Just get somewhere that is safe, and we'll do that by public address systems on light horse vehicles. Stage has got a PA system. The softball fields has a PA system. We'll get you notified, and and then we'll notify you when it's time to come back out if we have to do that. I'm hoping that we don't. I'm hoping tonight that everybody will be gone. Tomorrow might be a little bit different story, but we'll be ramped up, ready to go about 8 o'clock in the morning and go from there.
Perfect. Mr. James Nichols, I want to thank you very much for. It's going to be a very, very busy day for you. Of course, like a busy day for everybody here, but I know especially going to be double busy for you. But thank you for taking the time out of your busy day for coming to visit with us here at Mvskoke Radio.
You bet. Thank you.
Thank you again. Take
Appreciate
care of
you.
yourself, and we will be talking to you here shortly. That was James Nichols. We're going to be switching him out, and we're going to be speaking to Director of Okmulgee Main Street now, Miss Heather Sumner. She's going to be speaking about what's going to be going on with everything there, and I think she is mic'd up and ready to go. How you doing today, Heather?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing okay. Has the parking lot, is it all traffic, everything, or was it easy to get in?
No, it was really smooth. It was.
Was smooth? Okay, good. Making sure. Hey, man, you got back-to-back things. I know it's been busy, incredibly busy for you. You had back-to-back festivals going on. You had the Con Festival last week, now you got the Creek Festival this week. So,
Yes.
have you got any sleep yet?
Well, fortunately, the Chamber is the one that puts on the Pecan Festival,
Okay.
so I got to actually just kind of hang out,
Okay.
volunteer as needed.
Okay, just got to look around?
Yeah.
Oh, even better. Explain, I know you do a lot of things with the Okmulgee Main Street. You're kind of helping revamp everything that goes around, like with the around the Creek Council House, with a lot of the businesses that go there. So, kind of explain, to our listeners, the importance of having, our Creek Festival here during this time with the Okmulgee Main Street.
Yeah, so of course, as you know, the Creek Council House is the heart of our downtown, the heart of our community. And so festivals like this, bringing thousands upon thousands of people is a huge economic impact for our community. And you guys hosting the parade downtown is great. I know our businesses appreciate that. They'll be open, ready to serve everyone that's coming down on Saturday morning. So the Council House, of course, is on tap to open as a museum in November. So November 17th is the last date that I had received for that. So we're looking forward to that opening back up. I know that a lot of people have been traveling through already this summer and, coming through, especially from California. We've seen a lot of people from California that have stopped and just kind of admired all of the Council House renovations. We've gotten to talk to them, and, of course, having the art market right on the square as well, so getting to go in there and visit.
I know you probably don't have the numbers right away, of anything like that. That would be kind of tough. But, have you seen, any, a jump? I know a lot of the business has been booming around that Main Street area. So has it, do you know, has it, increased? Maybe in the popularity, maybe do you see that maybe toward the Thursday and the Fridays and the Saturdays? Has it increased up there lately?
Yeah, we've actually have seen new businesses that have opened their doors, and so that's a huge testament to what we're doing with the downtown area, because we have a lot of investors coming in. So we have some outside investors now. The old Harlan building is actually being renovated as we speak. And so that's going to be around 30 plus more lofts that's going to be offered in the downtown area. We have another new business that's getting ready to open the doors. It's going to be a 24-hour access gym that's going to be right next door to the Humble Heart and the local coffee shop, which they'll be able to access that outdoor fitness center that we just opened up within the last couple of months. So, seeing new businesses, talking to our business owners that are, already currently in place. Festivals such as this and the Pond Festival, bring new people through their doors, of course. The economic impact that these festivals have is huge for our small businesses.
With the economic impact, does it? Do they keep coming back? Because not only does the festivals, but y'all also have things going throughout the year. It's just not June. There's numerous things that goes throughout. There's also things going in July, August, September.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to bring up, y'all have things going throughout the summer right now, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. We started a new thing called Eats and Beats, and so we started that last month, and it goes through August. It's the last Thursday of each month, and we have different food trucks each month. This week or this next week on Thursday is the next one, and Brooks Brewer and Cody Brewer, his son, are actually the entertainment for us.
All right.
Yeah, so if you haven't heard them, they're great.
Yeah, I have listened to Brooks a couple times, man. He gave me one of his CDs, as a matter of fact. Great singer.
Yeah. So you got one of his CDs.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten that.
Sorry. Oops, my bad, Brooks.
I'll have to get on to him.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, they're gonna be doing a duo little concert for us out on the council house lawn, and so we just encourage people to come out, bring your lawn chairs, your blankets, listen to some really good music, and have some food from our food trucks, and then of course we also have our downtown restaurants as well. So we have a good variety, and then we also started a new promotion just for our retailers, and it's called Cash Mob.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started that last month as well, and 80/20 Nutrition was actually our very first business that was drawn to be mobbed, and so I have 26 mobbers, and each one of those mobbers have to spend at least $25 in that retail business that night.
Awesome.
So she made over $700 in that one evening. So she was very, very thrilled, and we actually just drew for the one that's going to happen next week, and it's going to be M&B Star Drug, which is located on the square.
Oh, great to hear.
Yeah.
Well, Heather, I want to thank you for coming out today. I know, like I said, business is booming, and you're one of the big reasons why you, Brooks, everybody else that's getting everything going on Milwaukee Main Street, and I want to thank you for coming out today to be able to speak to Mvskoke Radio and have telling us what's going on down there, downtown Milwaukee.
Well, thank you guys, and I appreciate you guys having me. I always enjoy being on the show.
We always enjoy having you. So again, Heather, thank you very much. And that was Heather Sumner for Milwaukee Main Street. So we will have her switch out, and we are going to be having next our one of our employees of Mvskoke Media. This is, as a matter of fact, her debut on Mvskoke Radio. So her name is Brianna Dawson. Forgive her, ladies and gentlemen. She is a little nervous, so we're going to get her through that pretty quick. So if y'all heard that nervous chuckle right there, that is her. This is Brianna Dawson. How you doing, Brianna?
Good. How are you?
Doing okay. Brianna, I know a lot of people might have seen you, but they don't know a little bit about you. So can you tell us a little bit about you, please?
Yeah, I grew up in Jay, Oklahoma, and then I graduated from high school and went on to college at NEO, and then graduated from there, and then went to OSU and got my bachelor's degree. And I've been with Mvskoke Media since the end of November.
And also, we want to make another quick announcement. She was biled until recently. She just got
married.
Yes. So we want to tell a quick congratulations to Brianna. That's amazing to hear. So we want to wish her husband, tell him congratulations too. And your husband's name is?
Cody Dawson.
Cody Dawson as well. So Cody, congratulations to you as well on the recent marriage of y'all two. Brianna, we want to just tell our audience about a couple of things that Mvskoke Media is selling. We know you do a lot of great things. You're always out and about with things, selling advertisements, selling our shirts, just doing a bunch of things that I know I can't do. So, but we know you can do it, and you're doing it well. So can you just tell our audience what you got going on, or what Mvskoke Media has going on right now?
Well, right now you can come up to the booth, and you can buy some of our merchandise. We have T-shirts, towels, coffee cups, bandanas, and we'll have a Plinko board tonight where you can actually win some of those prizes. It's an 8-foot tall Plinko board, so lots of fun.
Do you have some of those, some of the prices that for some of our shirts? I know some of the people have seen those shirts, but could you just tell?
Yeah, the T-shirts, we have the Miko shirt, and it's $10. We have the Estijati, it's $15, and both of those come in limited sizes, so you want to get those before they're sold out.
Yeah, exactly.
We have the new shirt that's been a hit, which is the Stay Wild. It's $15 to $19.
I think a lot of our employees love that shirt
Yes.
too, so I think a couple of them have been buying that a couple times.
And we have our brand new T-shirt. It's $10. It's a tribal print tee.
Okay, and like you said, we just have mugs and towels and all that
Yes.
stuff. We got that going on right now?
Yes, we actually have white mugs for $5 and black mugs for $7.
Oh, perfect. All right. And also, we do have advertisements for sale. Is that correct? I mean, not only for our paper, but also for our radio show, our TV show.
Yes.
And is that correct? I mean, if anybody is interested in advertisement for, can they just give you a call?
Yes.
Can you give that? Can you give them your desk number and also your email address?
My email is bviles@muskogemedia.com.
Go ahead and spell that, please. Your
B as in boy, V as in victory, ILCS @muskogemedia.com.
All right, perfect. It was Brianna Viles. Now it's Brianna Dawson. Brianna, we want to thank you very much for being on the show. That was a great debut, and so we're going to be moving right along. Well, I'm going to give the mic back to Gary Fife here. I think I deserve a little quick break. So, Brianna, thank you again for being on the show, and give us a few seconds, guys. We're going to do a quick switcheroo right here, and I'm going to pass the mic over to Gary Fife. So hold on to your hats real quick. Give me 1 second.
All right. Thank you, Darren. Appreciate it. And I did need that break. We're still on Make It Up As You Go radio, but we've got plenty of people to speak with here today. We're going to take a little break in our official interview action. We want to greet Mr. William Harjo, who was originally from Hammond. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, that sleepy little town down there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I understand you're a traveling artist, you're a flute player, and kind of get around the countryside, make your living there. But you're now living in Texas. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Well, we were looking to hear some music, and we'll switch in the programming here. So, first of all, what kind of flute do you have with us?
What I have here is made from a material called river cane. River cane is a plant that's indigenous to this continent. It's not a transplant from any other country. And it was real useful for your southeast woodlands, which was mostly your Muskogee people. It was used for atlatl handles. It was used for blowguns. It was used for arrow shafts. And I use it to make flutes. I picked this river cane up off the ground after a woodpecker had put some holes in it. And you can actually blow across it and get a sound. So I feel like it was instrumental in being the material for your first wooden wind instruments by the native people.
Does that woodpecker get a co-producer credit when you go out and play?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, play is the word here. Now, you were going to share a selection here with us, a small piece here. Does this musical piece have a name, first of all?
Yes, this is called the Creek Blessing.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Complete. Go right ahead.
Okay.
SJ, welcome to Mvskoke Radio, your weekly source for tribal and community news, interesting guests and discussions, plus a local events calendar.
Let me ask you this. I've always been envious, so to speak, of really creative people, particularly musicians. Now, when you compose a piece like that, does a melody come to you and you pick up a fragment and then develop that, or does it? Do you have a kind of complete piece, or just?
Well, when I first started making these, my uncle Tony Mitchell came up to me and told me, he says, "You remind me of a great-great-grandpa. And I said, how's that? He says, well, Nazi. That means he wouldn't listen, was his Indian name. His given name or Christian name was Shelby Simpson. And he was a healer. He was a medicine man. And through time, he had lost his speech. And so to compensate for not having a voice, he made a flute out of hickory. And he would use the sound of the flute as his voice to continue making his medicine. So I kind of followed that. I kind of follow that design, and what I do is I make sentences that I can repeat, and I use the sound of the flute to represent the words that I'm saying. I can give a small example here, like my wife and I, we did one together, and well, I've done it by myself, but we made the song, and it's like, and the words is, today we promise to each other love and understanding. And this here represents the words today. We promise to each other love and understanding. Then I made a melody to match it. So I'm actually just speaking into it.
Mm-hmm.
And all my instruments are powered by imagination, no batteries or Wi-Fi needed.
And a little wind power there.
Yeah. Not really. It's no different than breathing into a carton of milk through a straw making milk bubbles.
Well, I've done that, I'm sure, but I never came out the way you did. My gosh. Now, do you have a favorite tune, something you can give us a sample of, something that you just love to play?
A lot of times I just pick up an instrument and just go with whatever sounds enters my head.
In the rock and roll band, they say you get your guitar into a jam.
Yeah, like something like that, right?
Yeah, we know that one.
Get the most bang for your buck. Advertise on Eastern Oklahoma's favorite local station, The Brew.
Do you know Stairway to Heaven?
No, I don't.
That's okay. You don't have a fuzz pedal on your flute. Now, the second instrument you played, it looks like redwood or cedar.
Yes.
Is that right?
Aromatic cedar.
And it's much longer, and it gives a much deeper tone.
Yeah, it's the diameter.
So that regulates the sound that you play. Your cane flute was much smaller.
Yeah.
Now, when you compose for these two different instruments, how does that figure into what you're doing there? I mean, when you pick up the cedar flute, it's going to sound nice and low, kind of, but very rich, and a full sound. So how does that happen?
Well, I guess it's the length, the bore, and the size of the holes here. That's what determines your key. As the word, this is in a key E.
Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with R. Carlos Naka?
Yes.
His work? Now, I asked him in an interview decades ago, kind of shows you how old I am, what the difference was between his music on wooden flutes and the rest of the people who were in that particular show. It was an all-flute show, but, it was the metal, silver flutes, and I asked him what the difference was. He said the wooden flute is the living thing. you can do more notes, obviously, on the metal flute, the symphonic flutes, but he said for him that was the difference. Now, have you ever thought about that?
I don't know. I think I can get just as many notes on a wind instrument as any metal. Because each hole, I have 6 holes here, and I can get 3 sounds out of each hole.
So I guess you can get what they call it, flats and sharps out of those.
Yeah.
Are there pieces that you wish you could play but were technically too difficult for this particular instrument, or do you think it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter. I have my son. He can play about any song that he hears. But he's a musician.
Well, when I hear that kind of thing, I think of old bands I used to listen to, like Jethro Tull, and some of the flute parts in some of the songs by the Marshall Tucker Band.
Yeah.
And I was in Alaska one day, and I had it cranked up in my apartment speakers, and a little girl down below me was learning flute in elementary. And I noticed she stopped playing with her brothers and started listening. And I heard her say, "I didn't know you could do that." And the flute will fit in whatever your musician has the feel for it. I don't know. Would you agree with that, or just some things that just
I agree
not
with that.
flute worthy?
I agree with that.
Thanks for joining the Brewski Tribe by listening to your hometown station, The Brew.
You know, there's like a lot of different 6-hole, 5-hole.
You want to give me a sample of perhaps the 9th or the 5th?
Yeah.
That's, I think, a sample of the Fear Release.
Yeah.
I used to be able to play that on piano once upon a time. Wonderful. Gosh, I haven't heard that in years. Now, when I hear the sounds you reproduce are so nice and clean, they're precise. Now, does that take a lot of work, or is there a special trick to that?
Practice.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for 25 years, so it's like when you make them, you got to make sure they play or to sell it. And like this, I'm doing this to make a living. I used to be an alcohol and drug counselor. I had a burnout, and it was so bad that I just walked away from my job and moved down to Texas, where I live now, and I started dragging these river canes up, making them play, and so somebody came along and asked me, he says, "Are you making them work?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "Well, why don't you take some to a powwow? Maybe you can make gas money." So that's what I started doing. My son was still dancing, and I still had to get him through junior high and high school. So I started making a few, sold a few here, sold a few there. Somebody showed me a different one, make one like that. I said, "Sure." He says, "All right, well, I'll take 20 of them."
Oh, my.
And that was like a $25 for each one. So that was my first big sale. And I've been doing that ever since. I've been on tour, and I have CDs, DVDs available. And I've been on tour to Europe on 6 different occasions. And I've got to travel, and coming out of Hannah between North Canadian and South Canadian, I think I've traveled quite a bit.
Yeah. Now, that intrigues me. If you go to Europe, do you, take a big case of these things?
Yeah.
About how many would you take, say, over to, Europe somewhere?
I would take maybe 100 of them. And whatever I can fit in my suitcases, whatever suitcases are allowed on my plane. And the River King ones are the ones that I can do a lot more with. A lot of that I can take disassemble and assemble there.
Right. Yeah. Run into any strange questions from customs officials?
Yeah. Yeah, Well, they kept me at one stop, and I got left from my party on my way to Rheineck, Switzerland. And finally, when I showed up at Rheineck, Switzerland, after paying duty fees and everything else, I couldn't get in touch with my people because I didn't know how to use the phone. I didn't know the first 5 numbers you threw away and called. Because the only number I had to get in touch with him was the one I had from here calling over to another country.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't know that. So anyway.
That kind of was unexpected. So.
Anyway, I spent a night in a phone booth, and next morning I found somebody that could speak English, and they told me how to use my phone number, and I called them, and promptly a whole minute later they showed up. They were just right around the corner all the time.
Oh my! Were you there in time to make your sale?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was over there touring for about 28 days.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, and the European people love Native people. They, and the reason for that is they have a man over there. Well, he's gone now, but he wrote books on Native Americans, and he wrote all these wonderful stories about Native people, even though he never stepped foot on this continent.
Was that old Shatterhand?
I believe so. And he that was their. We grew up with Dick and Jane, and they grew up with these books. So when they see a real Native person, they really get excited, and they just want to come over and just be part of you. And I've always got good been received really well over there.
All right. Now, we've talked about you being on tour and crafting these wonderful books for sale. Now, you actually have a booth that you were setting up, and they called you over to chat with us. But
that's correct.
You're out here. You'll be making sales and talking to people, right?
Yes. And also tomorrow, Eli Grayson's asked me to come over and play at the college.
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow afternoon I'll be over there for a little while. Yeah.
Okay. And if somebody wanted to get in touch with you and ask about perhaps sales or something like that, how would they do that? William Harjo at yahoo.com. Okay. Well, Mr. Harjo, we want to thank you so much for making some time and interrupting your process this morning. We hope that you sell out. You sell everything you have brought here, rather, and it makes going home a lot easier, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, sir. We appreciate it. Okay, we're going to keep shifting along with our schedule here. We have the Red Stick Gallery joining us now. They handle a lot of creek materials, and I believe a flute or two that you can probably find, but they're downtown just across the street from the council house. Right now, joining us is Cora Watson. She is the Red Stick Gallery manager, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you so much. We appreciate you coming in and talking with us today. Has the Red Stick Gallery put on anything special for the festival?
No, not. We kind of did this last minute, so we didn't really do anything special.
Sounds like our radio show here today. We have had a lot of fun with the broadcast here today. Now, for people who haven't visited your gallery, why don't you take a minute or two and kind of tell us about Red Stick Gallery?
Red Stick Gallery is owned and operated by the Mvskoke Creek Nation. Specifically, the department is the Cultural Center and Archives, who is currently remodeling the council house. We do have a goal in mind with our profits. Our profits go to hopefully funding a visitor center across the street from the council house. All of our products in the gallery are Mvskoke made or designed. We have several T-shirts that were designed by various Creek artists, and we continue to look for artists that would, be interested in designing some T-shirts for us. So if there's anybody, that please direct them to us because we'd be really interested in that. We just have a variety of items in there. We have anywhere from skirts, ribbon shirts, ribbon skirts, patchwork skirts, other cultural items, prints from artists. But again, everything is Muskogee made and or designed.
Well, I've actually purchased a couple of birthday presents and a Christmas gift from your gallery for my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went through them, I noticed everything was of particularly high quality.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the pricing that goes along it, the piece really deserves, but it's not too crazy. So that quality factor is something that you really look at when you decide to work with an artist or a vendor.
Yes. Also, too, what I try to do is try to have a couple of just varied priced items, because we do have some young people coming in wanting something for their mother, sister as gifts or whatever, and they probably don't have a lot of financial, maybe they don't work.
No money.
No money. But so what I try to do is I try to have a lower priced items, as well as the higher quality items too. So I just kind of have we do have the pricier high quality items, but we just have a vast variety of prices in there, and so we want to cater to all natives.
Right, a little something for everybody.
Yes.
Okay, the variety of materials you got is pretty good. I'm always amazed at the skill it takes to produce an item, whether it's patchwork, skirt, or like the gentleman who was just here, a plate or something like that. Now, the Red Stick Gallery is kind of an economic enterprise for the Mvskoke Creek Nation, right?
Yes. Again, we want to make a profit, but we're not out to make millions and millions of dollars. But our profit is going hopefully towards the remodeling of the old Sharps building downtown, which is on the north side of the council house. In that, we will have, it's a visitor center. We would like to move the Red Stick Gallery over to that area, as well as have more room for actual artwork that we can, possibly purchase or, work with the artists on consignment. And we have several artists that are so interested in doing that. And the spot we're in right now, as you know, is not huge.
Right.
It's very small.
Let's say compact.
Yes, it is. So again, we're hoping to move to that visitor center, and again, I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but that's kind of our goal with our profits right now. And I think it's a good goal, and hopefully, by what we do, we're helping out the creek vendors, and so we're always looking for vendors as well. So if you are an enrolled creek or have creek descendancy, and you do beadwork, you do sewing, whatever, please feel free to stop by, because I look at anything you've got to offer, because we have a presence online. Our website is www.creeknationgiftshop.com, and we ship things to places you wouldn't believe. But I guess there's creeks all over the place. So,
well, it goes a lot farther than just up to Tulsa.
Right.
All right. Well, once again, if someone was interested in visiting your gallery to purchase an item, or you had an artist, a Mvskoke artist who was interested, how do they get in touch with you? What's the best way?
The best way, they can give me a call, 918-758-5557, or they can stop by in the gallery at 105 South Grand in Okmulgee, Oklahoma. There's a couple of pieces of paperwork I need from them, and also, again, their CDIB or enrollment card. Either one is fine. And it's as easy as that. We try really hard not to make it difficult. So, and we've got, I want to say, about at the very least 30 vendors we work with, and we're always looking for more, because I know, some of the vendors, they set up places, and I'm at their mercy on what they bring me. So there's a few that I can call and place an order, but I don't want to interfere with what they're doing for themselves. So it's good to have a lot of different vendors. But feel free to come by or call. I'm not hard to work with, I don't think.
Well, last thought here. I guess some of the paperwork that a potential vendor has to go through sort of ensures that the item being sold to your customer is authentic.
Yes.
It's a real deal. It's not somebody's invented tribe or something like that.
Right. And one thing I'd like to say also in regards to that is the item has to be made by that person bringing the item in. I've had people bring in things that they bought at a garage sale or whatever, and I really, although the piece is probably nice, I really can't do that. It's got to be made by the person bringing the item in.
Right, okay. Well, thank you so much, Cora Watson of the Red Stick Gallery. We appreciate you making time and coming in. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we wish you well. I guess tomorrow's going to be a busy day for you.
Yes.
All right. And go. All right, let's take a short look. Now we're going to shift our headsets here and bring in our next guest. Busy day here on Mvskoke Radio, brought to you by The Brew, who are now available on FM at 106.3. So our congratulations to Mr. Brooks Brewer for that accomplishment, and we hope to keep our relationship very strong into the future. Now, one of the things that we have always tried to do with Mvskoke Media's focus is to increase the participation in our electoral process. In other words, get more of our tribe to vote. And one of the things we're seeing here that we would love to spotlight is our election board is here at the Mvskoke Festival. And joining us is Betsy
Barner.
Thank you. Forgive me, all I got was Betsy and the first part of that. Betsy Barner, you're with the election board. You're an administrative assistant.
Yes.
And you get drafted into doing this morning.
Yes, I did.
Well, one of the things we want to support is your effort to increase the number of Creek people who are voting. So in order to do that, you do have a booth set up out here on the festival grounds. Is that right?
Yes, we have a booth set up out here. Tomorrow will be from 10 to 2, and then they'll have one down at the parade and at the courthouse, or at the council house, yes.
Good. Now, for people who are not registered voters but thinking maybe they want to become a voter, what's the process? What sort of documents, or how do they go about it?
Well, all they need is their roll number, but if they don't have their roll number, we can look them up by the date of birth and the last four of their social. All they need to be is 18 and an enrolled member of the Creek Nation.
Okay, and that enrollment is critical. If you're not a Creek citizen, right?
Correct.
All right. The current numbers, do you have those off the top of your head, the number of voters with you?
We have over 16,000 registered voters.
Oh, my. And out of that group, how many usually turn out?
Not very many.
Yeah, we know that. That's why we're out here trying to do this. But 30% of them, maybe ballpark guesstimates.
Maybe 20%.
Okay. Well, one of the things we want to do is involve more of our citizens in that electoral process. So they say, if you don't vote, don't gripe, kind of thing. And if someone was interested in speaking with you or coming out to become a registered voter, how will they go about it? Say if they wanted to call you or something.
If they wanted to call us, our number is 918-732-7631, or if they want to do by email, is election@mcn-nsn.gov.
Okay, and if they want to drop in themselves, you're located in...
We are located in the Solomon McCombs building at the complex.
Okay. So.
And we're across from the PBX operator.
All right. Well, we want to thank you and we'll let you off the hook. Thank you so much, Betsy, for coming and filling in for the rest of your crew who aren't with us this morning. But please, we want to encourage all Muskogee citizens to become part of our election organization. That's so critical these days with the kinds of decisions facing our tribe in the very near future. We need to know what public opinion is. Well, thank you, Betsy. We appreciate it, and you have a good afternoon. Enjoy the festival.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Now, we're going to shift back to Darren DeLon here, who's going to be speaking with a familiar person here. So hang on 1 second while we make the shift.
All right, the old switcheroo again, giving Gary a break. So he just spoke with Betsy Varner there with the election board. So other than that, I think he had 2 artists on previously as well. So he was doing a great job right there, so giving him a little breather. Now we have a person that's no stranger to the show as well, and I think we are coming up on, how far are we going on? I think we're almost an hour and a half into the 2-hour show. Pretty good so far, ladies and gentlemen. But now we have John Neal of Neal's Furniture. How you doing today, John?
Doing good, Darren. Thanks for having me back on.
Oh, man, thank you for being here, man. Beautiful day so far.
It is nice. So I just walked in, and you guys are right here by the front entrance of the event out here, and you got all the rides going, you got kids walking around. It's a nice breeze. This is a perfect start to the festival.
Yeah, no, I mean, everybody gets to look at us, and we get to wave at. We get to wave at the kids and everything. It's pretty cool. I mean, we get to see them all, and they're enjoying it so far. I mean, this place is going to be packed a lot later. So right now, I think everybody right now, since it's summer vacation, they're just opening their eyes. They're trying to wake up and everything. So, but how's everything going your way?
Really good. We're doing a lot of exciting things over at Neal's Furniture. Of course, for the festival, we're offering 10% off store-wide. We've always got incentives going for buying our product and stuff. But, I think more importantly, things that we have been focusing on over the last year with our Healthy Business Initiative. I actually just had the opportunity to talk downtown at the TSEP meeting. It was a Healthy Business Forum. It was yesterday. Mm-hmm. And there's so many resources, local resources that I was unfamiliar with that mm-hmm. business could reach out to, and just individuals as well. But just to real briefly tell you some of the exciting things that Neal's Furniture has been doing over the last year, we started cooking for our employees. So we actually hired a cook, and we cook breakfast and lunch for our employees, and we try to make sure that we're providing healthy food options as a business. And then also we're starting to find ourselves more and more involved in everything that's going on in Okmulgee. The town has a real positive vibe going on right now, and it's so fun to kind of jump on board and be a part of that. So we're really having fun with everything that's going on.
That kind of rolls into it, with not a while back, not really a while back, just it was earlier this month. I mean, you also had that your first Farm Fest.
Yes.
And how did that turn out? How did that go? I mean, I know a couple of our friends, we had a couple winners. My mom was there, as a matter of fact. Yeah. She was very happy with it. I mean, she enjoyed going. I know she said she's returning. So, but I want to hear from the man himself. So how did it go?
Yeah. Well, we were thrilled with the way it turned out. It was a really fun event. You guys let us go on to the radio and talk about it. We didn't Facebook Live it, but we recorded it. And I think that video got 10,000 views. So the word got out really good, and so it went really good. The farmers were successful. We had a couple healthy food trucks that were successful, and the community came out. The kids came out. And if you weren't able to make the first one, the next one is on July 14th. So right around the corner, and we're in the planning stage of that one. For the first event, we was able to raise $500 of donations from local businesses that wanted to support the event. And what those dollars went towards was straight to our farmers. So just for showing up to the event goer would receive the farm buck, and it was good for $5 increments to spend with the farmers. And so that drove traffic directly to our farmers because we really wanted to make sure they were successful. And then everybody that showed up is leaving with a bag full of produce, and it's local produce. So I think it was a win-win. Another fun thing that we did was we had this activity checklist. So as the kids would come in, they would receive this checklist, and it's basically little events that they can do around the Farm Fest. And if they complete all of them, I think there was about 10 of them, but if you complete these active events, you could redeem it for a snow cone at the end. So we're kind of incentivizing the kids to participate in all the fun things that we were doing. And I think it went over really well. I think the parents appreciated that because, sometimes it's hard to get those kids fired up to do stuff, but they knew they had that tasty snow cone at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good. It was a lot of fun.
Kind of like a more or less scavenger hunt.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's with healthy activities. And see, that's what the Farm Fest was all about. We wanted people we want people in our community to eat healthier if possible. And the farmers, they don't get a ton of publicity, so we really wanted to get them out there on the highway and push these donation dollars towards our farmers. So the awning was about probably 75% of the way filled up with farmers, and I really want to get some extra farmers in there and really fill up the overhang. So the event takes place at the Neil's Furniture parking lot, Highway 75 here in Okmulgee, and it's in between our news store and the warehouse. And the warehouse has got this awning on it. So we set all the farmers up underneath the awning so they didn't have to worry about bringing out tents and all that stuff. And we also set up some misters underneath there, some fans, so kept everybody cool. All the farmers got a free – we gave out certificates to the farm trucks. So basically we bought all of our farmers lunch as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it really kind of focuses on our farmers, but then being able to get the kids some activities to do and stuff as well. So it's a real friendly family event, and you just can encourage everybody to come out and check out the next one. It's from 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock on June 14th, or July 14th.
July 14th.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it'll be happening again also in August as well.
Yeah, August I think is the 9th, but it's the second Saturday of June, July, and August, and I should have those dates memorized by now, but August is going to be, checking my calendar here, August is actually the 11th, sorry. So
Okay.
July 14th and then August 11th.
Okay, great. Also, I just wanted to get you down here pretty quick, John. I know y'all got a lot of busy things going. So, can you just give me a rundown again on what, sales you got going on, or what little promotions you got going on at Neil's Furniture?
Yeah, so we've got some closeout groups that we're doing extremely discounted. I'm talking 20, 30, 40% off discontinued models. So those are some really, really good deals we got going on this weekend. And then we're doing 10% off store-wide. And we offer everything for the household, from appliances to, living room furniture, kids furniture, bedding. We've got the whole thing of furniture. So we got you all taken care of. We offer really good financing, which is important to a lot of our customers, ranging from no credit check to with approved credit. So right now is definitely a good time to come out and buy if you're in the market.
Okay. John, thank you very much, man. I'm going to let you get back over to the store. Please tell the family hello. And
you do the same.
You take care, okay?
Thanks, Darren.
That was John Neal, everybody, with Neil's Furniture. I'm going to switch the mic over. I'm going to get Daniel Roberts over here. I'm going to get him on the mic. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be at the festival, at the stomp dance yesterday. But Daniel Roberts here, he's one of our graphic designers. Gentleman right here, he's big in the ceremonial grounds. One of the guys who I really, whenever I need something to go with the history of Mvskoke, not only Mvskoke Media, but just Mvskoke Creek Nation in general, I really go to this gentleman right here. He really helps me out with a certain spelling, whether in Mvskoke for his ceremonial grounds. If I have to talk to him, if I have to talk to somebody, I really go to him. So I make sure if I'm doing it correctly, I always go to this guy. He really helps me out quite a bit. If he don't know the answer, he'll find somebody. He always helps me out. So Daniel, how you doing today?
Good, pretty good.
Awesome. Hey, Daniel, I was speaking to the audience. I was telling them about
course, you're big into the ceremonial grounds. You've been doing it since probably as soon as you could walk. And can you tell us a little bit about, who do you belong to with the ceremonial grounds?
I belong to Tallahassee Local Guy.
And with Tallahassee Local Guy, I just said, did I say that correctly?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's near, if I'm not mistaken, near Nuyaka. Is that right? Okay, and then near Nuyaka, for anybody that's listening to us on the web, that's west of Okmulgee. I'm going to say around 10, 15 miles.
About 20.
About 20 miles? Okay, yeah. It's in the sticks, ladies and gentlemen. It's out in the country. But can you tell us a little bit about ceremonial grounds? Like what you do as a part of being an active member?
I mean, just taking care of the grounds, whatever the Miko asks, if it's, getting wood, taking care of their camps, just whatever he asks for.
Mm-hmm. Now, with ladies and gentlemen, I mean, whenever he says Miko, I mean, it's not, I mean, we have a Miko of the Mvskoke Creek Nation, that is our chief. But also with the ceremonial grounds, we have 16 of them. Is that correct? 16 active ceremonial grounds?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's correct. Each ceremonial grounds does have their own Miko. That's what Daniel Roberts is pertaining to, their Miko, and that Miko is
David Proctor.
David Proctor. So that's who he's talking about. So whenever that Miko is telling him to do something, he does listen, and he tell if he has to get wood to get ready for that fire. If they're dancing around that fire, singing their songs. I mean, he's going to listen. He does that. I mean, that's out of respect for not only for his Miko, but for the grounds itself. Last night, I mean, we know some of the things pertaining to the festival, I mean, it kind of kicks off at the beginning, like toward the end of May, kind of a little around June. But, really the big things kick off Thursday, the Thursday. And that's really on the stomp dance, kind of. And we're not saying this is really like one of the major stomp dances, but, this one, it kind of shows or demonstrates what the stomp dance does. I mean, what it entails, right?
Yeah.
And, like how many I guess ceremonial grounds were there at the stomp dance? I mean, and you don't have to give me a specific number, maybe just a roundabout.
There was quite a bit. Majority of the grounds come out for this one. They come together, have a good time, get ready for the festival.
Mm-hmm. And do you I know you have a big hand in preparing for it. I mean, I know you come out throughout the day and get it ready. Is it kind of like the same thing that you have to do whenever you go out to your local grounds itself?
Sometimes, just a lot. The course of the grounds, we're touching medicine and fasting and stuff. But out here, we're just helping get chairs, tables set up, tents, and helping the cooks whatever they need.
Now with dancing at your grounds, y'all would dance all night.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
With something out here at the for festival reasons, y'all wouldn't do that. No. And there would be other people like maybe of other tribes or something like that would come out here and watch it.
Yeah.
Are they allowed to come out to the grounds and come to watch it as well? Are they allowed to do that?
We have several different tribes that come out, are actual members of our ground.
Okay, great. Yeah. Were you able to? I know a lot of people do get to lead songs.
Yeah.
And do you do that? Do you participate in leading, or have you done that?
Yeah.
Were you able to do that last night?
No, they usually let all the other grounds try and get as many leaders as they can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is Tallahassee Wakagaye, are they one of the grounds that sponsors this stomp dance that happened last night, or was it another ground?
We're usually the host ground. We're the ones that usually help get things up. But Obamax, he's from Fish Pond. He was the MC, and I know there's a bunch of others that come out and help.
Okay. Well, like I said, everyone, that was Daniel Roberts right there. I was wanting to just let him tell everybody about what the festival really kicks off with. I know a lot of our employees at Mvskoke Media really they dance. They participate in ceremonial dancing, and I really enjoyed listening and hearing about the dance scene as well. I grew up in the church. Daniel knows that, but I mean, I'm always curious. I always like listening to Daniel's stories. So, and I also wanted to give time to have our audience hear about what Daniel does as well. So, Daniel, thank you very much and for being on the show about that. And I'm going to pass the mic on to Gary Fife, back to Gary Fife. I think he found some people for our show. I think we're coming up on the tail end of it. We're about 19 minutes left in the show, so give us a few seconds. We're going to do that old switcheroo again. So give me 1 second here, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, thank you, Darren. Appreciate it. We're in good shape there. Let's give her a hand there.
Hey, look.
Hey, look. Nothing like getting conked in the head with a headphone.
Headphone? I got to work all day.
Oh, my gosh. You don't want to go to sleep in the middle of it.
Mm-mm.
Now, joining us now is Mary Harjo, and she is the one of the vendors out here on the grounds here for the festival this year. Now, this is your own business, right? You come out and sell food?
We come out, me and my kids come out. They come in from Texas. They come in from Texas, and I live here in Glenville, which I used to live in Texas too. But I want them to come and see about the homeland, and so they can find out what we're doing. So they're cooking a fresh hog meat. They're doing beans and fire bread and meat pies, and it's just a family thing. You know, they all live in Texas, and my grandkids and my sons and my husband and I. And we just have a family fellowship, and whoever around us, like the other vendors, we help them, or, you know, we all get together and just help one another.
Well, the number of vendors here isn't huge, so, I mean, you haven't got cutthroat competition, but you have other groups like churches that are here putting food up for sale. Do you know any of the other folks? Are they regular neighbors at the festival?
No, I've never really met them, but there's a Randall Church. I met them yesterday, and the Kirchardi, I met them. You know, we just kind of borrow things from one another. You know, it's kind of like I said, a fellowship more than competition.
Right. It's nice to have a community around you like that. Well, let me ask you, you know, I've been smelling this all morning. It's driving me crazy. So first of all, if I were to come to your booths, what do you have for sale?
Oh, today we have fresh hog meat. My son butchered the hog last week. He's from Texas, and it's cheaper in Texas. And then we have beans, and then we have fry bread. We have pork chops, and let's see what else. Meat pie. Our best.
Your presence here at the festival turn a profit for you? I mean,
yes, it does. But like I say, my kids are here on their vacation, and it's just like a fellowship. You know, we just kind of get together, and everybody brings stuff, and we all cook together, and it's just like, well, Mama, can you still do this? Mama, can you still do that? Because the boys are kind of older. But we just have a good time out here.
Oh, it sounds like.
And we have a lot of customers just sit out there with us.
Really? When do they start lining up?
Oh, they lined up at 8:30 this morning.
Oh, my God. Oh, gee, if I'd eaten something then, I'd probably fallen asleep.
We had biscuits, sausage, gravy, and bacon.
Oh, my God.
Homemade biscuits,
You going to be open tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning at 7:30, we're doing breakfast.
Okay, I'll have breakfast with you tomorrow.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Now, the festival here is kind of a highlight for this community and, of course, for the Mvskoke Creek Nation. Now, how important is this festival to you and your family?
Well, we get to see people we haven't seen in a long time. We get to just talk to other people that we don't know also. We get to see the council members, get to see chiefs. You know, any other time we don't have time to usually go out and meet a lot of people.
What did the chief have for breakfast?
I don't know what he had, but the other one had bacon and sausage, gravy, and biscuit.
Oh, gosh. That sounds so good. Oh, God. Now, the festival will be running through a couple of another day, Saturday.
Uh-huh.
Do you expect to be open during that entire time, even
Yes.
during the concert?
Yes, we will be open from 7:30 to when everybody leaves the salon. It's got a big old sign over there yesterday. They said they could see our sign clear down where they were having song down, and they were coming up for drinks last night.
All right.
So we're going to be there from morning till it's over with.
Okay.
And we were still having fun last night.
You run out of food?
Last year we did. This year we tried to stock up on more things.
Okay. Well, you never know. Got a very popular concert coming up tonight, so I think your customer base should be enlarged. Okay. Well, great. Now, when you're done, is it over for the year? I mean, is this the one thing that you go on tour, so to speak?
Yeah, no, it's just the one thing that we do as a family.
Okay, that's enough as it is.
Yeah, and and I hate to say it, my sons don't bring their spouses or nothing. It's just mother and grandkids out there,
yeah.
And it's just kind of like I keep repeating myself. It's like a fellowship and everything. We tell each other this, that, and the other. And I said, now I'm the mama and your kids.
Mm-hmm. Those teenagers are off running around.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Mary Hardsley. We appreciate it. I'll have to come over and sample your wares here.
Yeah, I'll come and see. Get our fresh hog meat pies.
Yeah, okay.
Have a good day.
All right, you too.
Thank you.
All right, now that was Mary Hardsley is one of the cooks here. She's got business going on. And, I wanted to chat here with one of our unsung heroes here. Guy has been backing us up here today and running odd errands, but making these things connect. This is Josh Schlang, who is a member of Mvskoke Media staff, primarily our computer guy, right?
Yes, sir. That's what they tell me, at least.
What's your official title? I've forgotten.
I am systems analyst over at Mvskoke Media.
Okay, but today you are our associate producer. Now, we've asked you to run around and pick up a little odds and ends and stuff, but also to find some guests, like Ms. Harjo, who was just here, and then the other Harjo, who was a flute player. When you get asked to do something like that, what runs through your mind? What do you want to do? Who do you look for?
I want to try and find a representative that can bring a little bit of something that's not just going to say yes and no answers. I want to find somebody that has a story that they can tell on air and that can be entertaining. I want to find somebody who the quality of their goods is good, which not a hard thing to do here.
Yeah.
And just somebody that you don't have to bend their arm to come.
Uh-huh.
That is the absolute worst. If you have to try and force them and they don't really want to do it, but they're going to because it's good PR. Those are not good interviews, and I don't want to get those people.
Spoken like a true veteran there. I mean, I've been on the wrong end of so many of those kind of interviews that, it's like you mirrored my own thoughts there. I presume it's been kind of fun. I mean, a break from your computers and keyboards and things.
Yes, I really enjoy it. Getting out, getting to sharing people's stories, getting to see all the goods that they bring. And we can't showcase everything at Creek Festival in 2-hour time slot, of course.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much more here than what we can put, and get to meet so many more people while I'm out running and just bringing in a small portion of the ones I'm able to interact with, and it's a blast. I love it.
Well, good. Well, you've really been valuable to us, the show here this morning. I mean, letting us know what was going on. I understand we had a couple of commercials pop up as a surprise. Stuff like that I need to know, but I can't usually take the time to deal with at the moment. So it's good that you were there to help us out. Now,
try and always listen and try and keep an eye on what's happening. That way we can always learn from the mistakes that happened this year and try and not have them again next year.
Well, this has been a real experiment for us this year in the 2-hour program. The commercials you heard were already programmed into the computer. They made a change this morning, and we had a relatively problem-free show, although we did have some rough spots there, my gosh. But, as you say, those commercials were unexpected. So our apologies for that. But we want to thank Brooks Brewer for helping us out so much. Now, when this is all over, you'll be going back to a computer. And
Well, I might be getting me a meat pie first.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to get an Indian taco or two. But you'll be handling the kind of things that we need to happen from simple problems that I always run into. I can't solve to more complicated things. Now, has your job as our tech advisor gotten more complicated as when Muskogee media has become more ambitious?
Yes, very much so. We've developed a website and in charge of that nowadays. We're looking at the possibility of maybe a second website for our design division. And they're called creative now, but I'm old hat, so they're designed to me.
Mm-hmm.
But got more people. More people means more computer problems. We've gotten off of the IT dependence over at the Creek Nation, so we don't get support from them as much. So we have our own email, and we've had issues with that the past month, and that's just been a nightmare. But we've handled everything, and we're going smooth now, so I think we've got smooth sailing for a while, at least for the next 5 minutes.
Okay. And if you want to email us, chances are real good that it'll go through.
Yeah, we'll probably get it. May not get to reply to you, but we'll read it and think about it.
Well, thank you so much, Josh Lane. I appreciate you sitting in with us today and all the work you did in helping us put this program on and covering a couple of bald spots there. So we couldn't have done it without you, Josh. So 2,000 Mados.
Well, it was very much a pleasure, and I look forward to doing it for many years to come.
Okay, great. Well, let's call our partner in crime back to the microphone again. Darren, DeLon will be settling in here. Okay, Darren, we've had some rough spots here today, but our experiment has worked out, I think.
Yeah. So far it went really good. I mean, of course, it always kind of that rough patch at the beginning or throughout the little time. But it's always a little minor glitches. But other than that, so far, it seems as it is going pretty swell. I've enjoyed it. I know everybody that we've had some great interviews that's been coming through here and everything, and you found some great people to talk to that are setting up here throughout the festival.
Right. It's kind of a task that I dread.
Yeah.
And I just love at the same time. It's kind of funny, there's a lot that goes into, getting the show set up, coordinating with Brooks down at the brew, and then staff here, and then figuring out, okay, this year we have 2 hours to fill.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a challenge there. I think, oh my God, how are we going to do this?
Yeah.
We're going to have any dead spots.
Well, and not only that, but trying to set that up, but then also knowing the day of the week and then the day of, trying to call and make sure that they're going to be there, trying to figure out what order that they're going to be in, and not only, even though they're going to be there, are they still going to be there?
Oh my God, yes. I think we've had fun with it. As I say, we've had some challenges here, but getting people in more bigger variety and allowing more people to be part of our show has been good. It's as I say, it was fun kind of hearing those different voices in a setting like this. You see people walk by going, what the heck are they doing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just hearing, also, for us, it's the background, like you said, the background, and everybody just get to hear it. We get to see it. We get to see what's going on, and also we get to smell what's going on. The food is smelling great.
Was that as hard for you as it was for me?
It's tearing me apart right now, and I thought I wasn't going to be hungry, but I am getting very hungry right now. It's really, really tough right now trying to be good.
Oh, I know. It's like this started this morning. If I'd have known they were doing biscuits and gravy, I'd have been over there. Believe me, that's one of the fun parts of the festival is having that kind of thing here going. And of course, we put a plug in for ourselves, but that's kind of how we have to do business now, and I think we've been pretty successful at it. Thank you, Brianna, for doing such a good job, and congratulations on your wedding.
Yeah.
While I'm doing that, let me take a personal moment here. Today is the 50th anniversary reunion of my high school class of 1968 at Will Rogers High School in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We'll be busy working the festival, so I can't actually join them, darn it. But I wanted to send out a greeting and saying, go Ropers. Hope that you all can have a good time and that you see a lot of good folks there we haven't seen in 50 years.
Wow, congratulations, Gary. That's pretty awesome. Pretty amazing achievement.
Well, it's still being around. I mean,
Yeah.
50 years. I mean, we couldn't think of something like that, when we were kids and still in school. 50 years, 10 years, maybe the 20th year reunion. 50, oh my gosh. Well, anyway, enough of that. So go Ropers. Congratulations on 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you have a good time. Okay, now we've got a few things that are be working on for the near future, but we've got an announcement we want to slip in there.
Yeah, let me go ahead and throw this announcement out. We got an open house tomorrow from 11:30 to 1 at the main complex. It'll be following the festival parade. It'll be meeting principal chief, second chief, and also the royalty. So please come on out. If you have any more information on that, please call today. You have until 3 o'clock. That's when the Mvskoke Creek Nation will be closed. It'll be 918-732-7605. So, but yes, open house from 11:30 to 1 tomorrow at the main complex. So open house.
So while you mentioned that, the Mvskoke Creek Nation will be closed on Monday.
Yes.
So they take a day to recover from this thing. So.
Yeah, we will all need it. Trust me.
No, yeah, I'm looking forward to sleeping late on a Monday.
I hope we get to as well.
We got a couple of minutes left.
About 1, yeah.
Yeah, about 1. So we want to invite everyone from our community to come on out to the 2018 Mvskoke Creek Nation Festival. We have wonderful entertainment tonight and tomorrow night, weather permitting. So you might want to pay attention to that weather report.
Yeah. Tonight will be at 7 p.m. be Craig Campbell, and 9 o'clock be Winona Judd and the Big Noise. So, and the fireworks will be following the entertainment. So be on the lookout for that. Well, of course, you're not going to be able to miss that. So please come on out and please see some of that entertainment. It is free. So come on out to enjoy that entertainment. And tomorrow at 7 o'clock will be Tonic, and 9 o'clock will be Everclear. So come on out for that, too. I mean, of course, like we said, weather permitting. We hope the weather holds out for that as well. So, yes, come on out. So I'm going to pass it on back to Gary for our send-out.
Okay, well, we want to say Marblehead, it's good. Marblehead, it's good. Gary Fifes, Jeff Geddes.
Darren DeLaggio, Jeff Geddes.
We want to say thank you for listening to us, and let's hope we're on time here in our departure here. All right, let's go. You've been listening to Mvskoke Radio. Join us again next week for more local, tribal, and community news and updates. But
It's time for news.
Listen to the brew for the best classic hits of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. KOKL,
Statewide, at least
Okmulgee, Oklahoma.
14,384 Oklahomans had cast their ballots as of 5 p.m. yesterday during the first day of in-person early voting, making choices on medicinal marijuana and parties' candidates for office.